Alright, boys and girls, of course. We have game number 2 on our hands here at the VersaSphere.net Invitational with my insanity. The two teams are Nexo and Team Empire. Nexo in a 1-0 lead after they won the match on Haunted Mines. Map number 2 is Black Hearts Bay, and let's introduce the players and have a look at the team compositions. For Team Nexo, we have Lucifron on the Stitches this time and Vortex on the Gazlo. A pretty interesting pick here with once again Lord60 on the Sonya. Played a great game number 1 with very good initiations against the opponent's team. Enro got his Vala once again. It's going to be happy about that. And Whipshout on the Malfurion. So the two changes that we have there are for the Spanish brothers, for Lucifron and for Vortex. The bans in this game, once again, Carrigan and Brightwing. Down for Team Empire, we have Fabio, didn't get the Stitches this time, he's playing the Tyrael here instead. We have Noodles on the Tacita, Marco Win, interestingly enough, on the Nazeebo. A very interesting pick here. Nazeebo is currently one of those characters that can be the best in the entire game, especially with his Ravenous Spirit ultimate. The one problem that he has is that every team, of course, expects him to get that ultimate off, and then all you have to do is just charge in and take him down. So that's one of the big objectives that we have here for Team Nexo. They need to make sure that Nazeebo does not get his ultimate off. They always have to keep one stun in the background to just say like, okay, we're going to wait for him to drop his ultimate and then we're going to engage him immediately. If they don't pull that off, Nazeebo is going to wreck house and have a big party there. BKB on the Arthurs this time is playing the sustain at the front, and Sevka has the Tychus, once again the same hero that he used in the last game. They have actually Tacita and Tychus, so they can go for Arkan and also the Odin form. A pretty solid lineup that they have here actually, with Tyrael also going for the engagement. At the front line we have then the Arthurs. Tacita of course can also shield Nazeebo. It's all about like positioning here. Marco Win with the Nazeebo could have a huge impact, and for him it's actually really interesting that we have now Blackheart's Bay as the map, because Nazeebo is great to get creep camps, so he can collect a lot of the coins here that you need to turn into Blackheart so that the ghost ship attacks your opponent's structures. Gazlo, of course, also a great hero on this map in particular, and for him it's going to be the wombo combo that we are going to watch out for. His stun followed by his ultimate, and then with another stun paired this up, and it's going to be really interesting to see how well they are going to be able to get Sonya into play with that. Sonya with the engage and the leap stun leading straight into the Gazlo wombo combo that could do a lot of damage. Like, entire teams have been wrecked by this. I personally always fall for that combo. It seems to be the one thing that I'm never able to dodge when I play myself, so it's super strong. And we're going to see how exactly they are going to be able to pull this one off. Keep in mind that Nexo with a 1-0 lead in the best of 3 would win this match now if they take Blackheart's Bay as well. So for Team Empire, everything is on the line here. And let's find out how exactly this is going to pan out. What we usually see, by the way, if you're afraid of clowns, this game is not going to be a good one for you, because we are currently seeing that new skin on the Tinker. Gazlo the Goblin Tinker here with a clown skin. Looks pretty awesome if you ask me. We have two heroes orientating themselves to the bottom of the lane. Still, in a lot of the matches you see both teams rushing the watchtower at the top that has a good vision on the top lane and also on the mid lane. The chests spawn at 50 seconds, the first one that is. You always have to watch out for that. Teams are starting to move into position. Down here at the bottom, it is immediately the Tinker with the attempt to just push in. Gazlo here with the clown skin is causing fear in the enemy's heart, but always producing a smile on the opponent's face. So right now, Whipshout trying to go for... Actually, they both are not going for it. Everybody seems to be like, okay, do we really want to go for the watchtower? A prediction hook here into the grass didn't really yield anything. We have now the rest of the team all the way up to the top, and it looks a bit like Gazlo needs to be careful here. Vortex is already waiting, since he knows something is a bit off. Both teams seem to be waiting for the chests now, and with two heroes on the bottom lane, it seems to be a given that we're going to see that bottom lane chest being taken by the... Oh my god, that engage here with a wall of zombies against Vortex. Just in the last second he's able to escape. That was a close call though. Nearly the first blood for Team Empire. Sevka at the top. Chest should spawn any second, and there it is. Enro with the Vala trying to contest it against Noodles, but we have the rest of the heroes already moving in. Lucifron, where's that hook? Doesn't get the... Oh wow, that was a close one. Dimension shift for the victory here. For the win, we have the chest taken by Team by Team Nexo. Good job there. The same is, by the way, true for the bottom lane, or is it? No, it is Team Empire with Marco Win grabbing 5 of the coins on the Nazebo, on the Witch Doctor, and going for a quick sneak turn in before the opponent's team actually even reacts to that fact. So a nice turn in here for Team Empire. They need to make sure that the coins that we see on side of Nexo are not turned in. If they can grab those, then they would have the first ghost ship. At the top, we see Sonya again trying to just wait for an opportunity to drop the Ancient Spear against Sevka, and Sevka being very careful, as we see one hero on the map trying to get those coins. The easy camps taken by Marco Win on the Nazebo. As said already earlier, him and Gazlo the Tinker, those are the two heroes that really can go for the creep camps, for the mercenary camps here, get those. And that's a bit of a problem for Vortex, as he has to hold the bottom lane. I'm a bit surprised that they don't send another hero in to just soak up EXP on bottom lane while he goes and takes down those mercenaries. He's one of those jungle heroes that we have. Zagara is another one, and of course with Marco Win already getting another 4 doubloons, he is proving that he's very capable with the wall of zombies to drop those camps as well. Turns in already, and that starts to be a bit worrisome for Nexo. They're gonna lose that first ship, I guess. We have at the top still Stitches and Sevka going up against each other. Down back to the left side, it's at least the Sonya who's starting to take a few camps. An early mercenary camp here on level 4 for him, going in, and once more we see just a lot of whirlwinding being done here. Not relying on the slam at all, just using the whirlwind and just getting that night camp. And with the night camp you can really then push a lot. So let's see what we have to the left side. And once again Vortex is trying to get a camp, but this time he's being attacked here. The wall of zombies doesn't hit though. He's trying to go for the sun. Yes, he goes for the laser, but about to be dropped here by Fabio. Fabio jumping in, taking him on. Oh my god, Enro trying to go for and save his ally, but being dropped as well. A double kill for Team Empire. Vala down, and also Gazlo biting the dust here. That gives of course a lot of map presence now to Team Empire, but Nexo has a very nice push going at the top of the map with the knights that they are currently using here. Sonya needs to be a bit careful, low in hit points. We have Tyrrell soaking XP at the bottom and starting to damage the tower, while the rest of Team Empire is starting to converge more towards the top of the map. We have Noodle starting to move in. He needs to help out a bit with the defense here. Oh, nearly a kill on Sonya. Sevka looking for an opportunity to drop that grenade and gets it off, but Sonya just barely able to survive. The ghost ship is starting to attack Team Nexo, so the Spanish Armada is turning against their own team here. You would think that especially Blackheart's Bay is a map that is working in favor of the Spanish brothers, given that fact, but, well, not really the case. The laser once again being used, but a wall of zombies is doing damage to Vortex as well. He hits Marco Win on the other hand, but it's just a few skirmishes that we currently see there. Map control, once again, what you try to achieve here. The watchtower, very crucial for that. Getting the creep camps, this is one of the most crucial one. It's right in the middle between the two teams. Who's gonna get those knights first? Chests are probably about to spawn very soon once again. 2 kills against 0. Another laser beam against Fabio here. Nice dodge though, with the Tyrael just moving out of the way. And as it seems, we have Sonya at the top soaking up the experience. There's nobody for Team Empire now. Level 8 versus level 8 now. They're starting to catch up, making up for the 2 deaths that they had earlier. Sevka converged towards the middle and tried to soak up the experience there. Whereas we have another camp here already being taken by the Witch Doctor, doing a great job here. Oh, but Fabio being dropped here by Vortex and Enro the last second, trying to get the explosion off. The coins now on Vortex. He's going straight for the heal. But this is now an opportunity for them to maybe even take the knights here. They have a bit of, they have an additional hero that they can use. A nice wall of zombies. But immediately the vault out of it. And oh, Marco Win suddenly finds himself up against 3 heroes. Is there any chance for him to escape? It doesn't really look like. He's trying though. The chests are up again as well. Another vault by Vala. Here comes the laser, but the Ancient Spear taking down Nazebo. Nazebo dead. Coins at the top already gathered up as well. The bottom chest now being contested by Arthur's. Well, not quite. BKB has 12 coins. He grabbed a lot of those. Nice Howling Blast against Sonya. Here comes Fabio moving in as well, but with Lucifron trying to aid his ally. Team Empire is just moving back for now. A lot of low HP heroes for Nexo, and they can't really contest the middle now, where 14 coins on BKB is definitely going to supply a second ship for them. Team Empire now with 2 ships, level 9 versus level 9, but this ship could really give them level 10, and then they are going to try and find an opportunity to push here. But level 10 a bit faster for Nexo. Thanks to all the heroes that they had on the lanes, they have the better experience to take, soaking up all that EXP, but now also level 10 for Team Empire, which they use to take the Knights here at the bottom. But Sonya jumping in, getting the stun off. Here comes the Odin form on Sevka. We have Sonya being dropped, but Noodles with the same fate here. The Tacita and Tyrell both down already. Oh my god, Vala dropping as well, and it's a slaughter. Suddenly Stitches is going down too. The Odin form still alive, dishing out the DPS here against Whipshot. Does he get another hit off? And he does, but he survives somehow. The same also true for Marco Win on BKB. Both of them really low, about to drop, but Whipshout and Vortex can't get the initial DPS into the game. We have Sevka just pushing them back, doing a great job here. Both teams now with a few losses there. Level 11 versus 11, and the pushing power with those Knights still on side of Team Empire. They're using it to drop the wall. Vortex with the laser trying to defend for as long as he can, but the wall of zombies doing additional DPS against the structures, and somehow El Nexo has to just fight off those Knights, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. And that gives Team Empire a bit of breathing room to just take their own Knights at the top. We have Tyrell soaking more EXP all the way at the top lane, and in the middle, now that all of the heroes are up, we see El Nexo trying to do the same thing. Looking again against at those talents that we have, there are 4 kills against 5 now, and as you can see in regards to the talents, we have once again the same build for Sonya that was used in the last game. The same is also true for Enro and the Vala and the Malfurion, so not really a lot of difference in this regard. We have Lucifron on Stitches going for the build that we saw in the last game, use Fabio with a slam oriented build. If we're looking at Team Empire, on the other hand, it is the Ravenous Spirit that they are using here. We have the Army of the Dead for the Arthurs, Sevka with the Odin form utilizing the same build that he did before, the right-click build here for him, and the Archon form for Noodles, whereas Judgment has been taken by Fabio. So not really a lot of surprises here when it comes to the picks on their heroic ability. Very similar to what we saw in Game 1, except of course for the new picks in this particular game. Looking at the stats now itself, we have in terms of damage, Nazeebo with Marco Win leading the entire ranks, and this is really going to be the battle that we've been talking about a lot. Nazeebo now with the Ravenous Spirit is going to be one of the main DPS heroes that we see in the game for Team Empire. They just have to make sure that Nazeebo gets his ultimate off and that he uses it at a time where most of the stuns for Team El Nexo are already in cooldown. If he achieves that, he can really turn the entire game. Sevka, of course, I mean, this guy is just so good with his ranged DPS heroes, and he's proving it in this game once again, even though he didn't get his Vala pick. We have Vala at the top with Enro doing a decent amount of damage, but not getting the strafe off just yet to its fullest extent. In terms of coins, it's now 7 and 5 on Team Empire, and Team Empire already got 2 ships off, so they are in a great spot to even launch a third against the opponent. But that also means that once we see a bit of coin droppage here, the balloons collected for Team El Nexo, they could really start to close that gap, that small advantage that we have now for Team Empire. So in the middle of the map, once again, Storm being used here. We have 3 heroes converging towards that. Keep that push on the top lane in mind, where we have already Fabio trying to just push in against that fort. If they drop that fort, that would be great for them. Marco Win is battling it out with Enro down to the bottom. There's still 1 fort alive as well, so they need to be careful with that. Middle of the map, where exactly... seems like Sevka and BKB are going to use that pushing time to just turn in their coins, and there's just no way for Team Nexo to really contest that. They have to defend against the Knights. They have no other option. Enro is still trying to make something happen in the middle of the map, but the double turn-in is already done, and another ghost ship here for Team Nexo, for Team Empire. Does he get the Howling Blast off? There it is, he gets it off, and there comes the wall of zombies. Oh my god, what a great move. But the ultimate of the Tinker with a stun and the double kill. Arthas is down, and so is Nazeebo. Suddenly Noodles is in trouble as well. The Odin form on Sevka trying to save him. Archon is being used, but here comes the drop against him. Judgment by Fabio, stunning the Barbarian for just a second. Sonya was just prevented from taking down Sevka. Sevka is darting away, using a grenade to push the opponent back. Fabio is moving in too. Oh, there comes the attack against Enro, though Enro needs to move back here, but it's still just who could change things immediately. Here comes the slam. Fabio! The hook against Sevka! Fabio escapes. Sevka is able to escape as well. They want it too much. The Ravenous Spirit is pushing them back. It takes down Malfurion, is going for the Sonya. Ravenous Spirit used by the Witch Doctor. Nazebo trying to do the DPS. Can BKB maybe take down Lucifron here? There's already the Tempest. He gets... he doesn't get the Howling Blast off. Such a close encounter, but he goes with the Envenom against Sonya. Sonya being dropped here. Great move by BKB. Very well done. Another Storm against Lucifron, pushing him back. But for Nexo, a very unfortunate situation. They just wanted too much. They wanted to have Tyrael and Sevka. If they would have just focused on one of the heroes, they could have probably killed one of them right down here. But both of them escape, and then it's just time to turn around. And now suddenly with one hero down, it looks like Team Empire says like, well, we are gonna take the golem now. You can't really contest this, even if you know what's going on. You are one hero down, you really need that. So we're just gonna go straight for it. Without the Sonya, there's no threat against us, and we are gonna jump straight in. They take the golem. It's level 15 against level 14, 7 kills against 7. The fort count 3 against 6. So especially with those 3 ghost ships that we saw, Team Empire just having so much presence on the map, so much pressure against the structures for Team El Nexo. And well, I think actually that the chests are gonna spawn very soon, as we see the first ghost ship now being launched for Team El Nexo. But they have to converge toward the top. They have to take down that golem. It's just way too much. They can't lose another fort here. That's just something that they can't allow. But that gives, of course, Team Empire a lot of time to go grab their own mercenaries, take the siege golems here, take the small camps as well, still soaking up experience at the bottom and stopping that counter push with the siege golems that we see for Team El Nexo. If you look at the night camp, it's at 20 seconds for the respawn timer, so this is very likely to be the next target for Team Empire. I would be very surprised if they don't try to take that. We have finally Blackheart back, and they're going straight for the turn-in instead. The chests have spawned, and at that time, well, the bottom chest is definitely going to go to Team Empire, no doubt about that. And they give up on the top chest. They already saw that the entire team, the Spanish team, was able to get in position there, so no real reason for them to go for it. We still have the knights up at the bottom, so they could try and take it, but it's of course a risky move at this point. We have the turn-in in the middle. Marco Wynn is trying to supply the... Yes, he goes straight for it. Oh, Judgment being used against the Tinker. The Tinker dropped immediately. Oh my god, the Odin form with the DPS as well. The stun goes off in the last second. On the other hand, Sonya is jumping in as well. Is not being caught by that wall of zombies. We have the first hero going down for Team Empire as well. The Odin form is nearly out. Fabio about to die, but gets the shield off in the last second. 4 heroes already down for Team El Nexo. And oh my god, like that engagement, the early drop against the Tinker, preventing him from getting the wombo combo off. Sonya with a stun, not really landing it perfectly there. And then the mass DPS that we saw. The only hero that dropped for Team Empire was the Nazebo. That's of course a bit unfortunate, since they wanted to use the Ravenous Spheres to dish out the damage, but they're trading for 1 here, so definitely great position for them. It allows them to get the knights at the bottom as well. It's so much pressure right now. El Nexo is in the lead in the best of 3 with a 1-0, but we see a lot of good moves here by Team Empire. And they might not have been able to get the Nazebo perfectly into play in the last battle. Not really getting the perfect wall of zombies off there either. But the early kill against Tinker prevents Team El Nexo to get the wombo combo off with the Gazlow ultimate and his stun combined with the Sonya lead. So let's see how it's going to work now for Team Empire with 2 night camps pushing for them. The bottom one already being defended against by 3 heroes in terms of El Nexo. But we have 5 heroes starting to move towards the top of the map and trying to just go for this push. They know that there is already... they want to go for the knights. They know that they are being taken. If they get those knights as well, they have a double night camp pushing, and that would be absolutely amazing. Both teams actually just waiting around here a little bit and trying to find an opportunity to get into this fight, to have the perfect setup here. But yeah, is Team El Nexo really going for it? Doesn't really look likely. We have Team Empire taking the coins, and they actually move back. So the knights can be taken now by El Nexo. And it's just the small camps that we've been seen taken here by Team Empire. They want to get the additional coins. They play it safe right now. They don't want to go for an engagement. It's level 16 versus level 17. That level advantage is of course always nice, but at the same time the crucial one was level 16 when you get the extra talent. And just with the map presence that they have, they can now go for the turn-in, can turn the 6 coins on the Witch Doctor in if they want to. They have 2 more on Fabio and 2 more on BKB, and they go for that turn-in. But once again, El Nexo is starting to converge towards the middle. They want to contest this. They're going to be a bit too late to stop the turn-in, but they could force the team fight if they wanted to. There are still a lot of mercenary camps to the left side of the map, and they are moving in. Where's that sleep? Oh, does he see it? He gets the leap off with the stun. Oh, there it is, the leap, and the one more combo. Look at those hit point bars. Oh god, Team Empire is being completely annihilated. Sevka, BKB, all of them dead and dying. That was exactly what they were trying to go for. The perfect combination of the Sonya stun and then the stun and ultimate combo from Gazlowe the Tinker. Great move here. What an amazing combination that they just pulled off here. The entire Team Empire was lined up in the fog, was just trying to wait for an opportunity, but instead it is Sonya who moves in, gets initially stunned, but then gets the stun off after all himself with a leap, and a great move here. If that's not a comeback, then I don't know what is. We have the fort at the top. That's an easy fort. Casually taking it down as 4 heroes here are still dead and waiting for the revive time. Level 18 to 18, 12 against 11 kills. An amazing, amazing fight that we saw here by Team Nexo. That's what they were going for with this draft. That's the type of composition that they want to execute the combo, and they got a perfect one off. 3 forts against 4. And we have the golem spawning in a second, and that's a free golem right there with the knights pushing towards the top lane, and there's nothing that Team Empire can do about it. This golem is gonna go to Team Nexo. There's just no doubt about that. Golem drops a lot of coins also on the team, so they can either try and push with the golem, but it's more likely that we're going to see a turn in for another ghost ship. They have that opportunity now with the golem pushing. Team Empire has to defend. They cannot simply sit back and allow this, especially since they also have 2 siege golems up against them, going up here at the bottom and trying to take that. So the boss is pushing the top, and we have the team now converging towards the middle. They took another chest here as well. That's a lot of coins now on their side. And they're going to go for another quick turn in. One chest is still down here that they could use, but the ghost ship is definitely going to help him quite a lot. So level 18 versus 18 right now, and the ghost ship is going to help with that. They're also going to take that additional chest. Apparently they're not. They're trying to get the siege golems first. They're going for the siege golems here, using the opportunity. The golem up there, finally taken out, not even breaching the wall completely. They're not going for it. They're actually hooking for Marco Win. They're seeing an opportunity to take down the Nazebo, and they do it. The Witch Doctor is down. The hook by Lucifron is absolutely airtight, and they take the siege golems after that. A lot of time now for them to go into the middle, drop another couple of small camps, get those coins, get the chest as well if they want it. It's still a 5 versus 4, and no real opportunity for Team Empire to do anything about it. Here comes the chest being taken, and that will supply another 5 points for Team Nexo. Great moves by them here. Level 19 already for the Spanish team, level 18 for Team Empire, and another set of coins that they can just simply drop in the middle of the map and get another ghost ship. A great match that we have, that just back and forth, a little bit like map number 1 with great combinations now on both sides. And here comes the last 2 coins. Can you actually get those off? Yes, and there it is. Another ghost ship for Team Nexo. And that could even supply a level 20 to them if they can drop another fort. At the bottom, though, we see now the knights being taken by them as well. It's just so much map presence that they have. The momentum is absolutely incredible. They have so many creep camps, just mercenaries just pushing in the ghost ship as well. It was very difficult for Sevka and his teammates to move out here. Very difficult position, especially after Marco Win was dropped on the Nazebo. But they are now finally starting to make a few moves on their own again. At least they're trying to. But we have at the same time them moving back as they see the entire team moving in here. And Fabio is suddenly in trouble as the Ancient Spear hits home. Here comes Marco Win with a nice wall of zombies blocking the path and saving the Tyrell for now. They're really just moving back, playing it very passive. They are up against level 20 now on side of Team Nexo, so they need to wait a bit longer, drop a few additional creeps, and then make sure that they get the 20 themselves to have that additional talent available. Down here at the bottom, that's exactly what they're trying to do, killing the knights as well, and more knight camps are already up, so we have Nexo just dominating the map once again, grabbing the tower, going for the small camps. They're just trying to get coins. If they get coins, they can get another ship in and just solidify that advantage that they have. And at some point what we'll have to see is Team Empire starting to fight, but they need that level first. So then that's the choice, of course, that Nexo makes here. Do they attack with the 20 and try to force the fight, or do they control the map and control the objectives? And they go for the objectives now, at least up to this point, starting to push in a little bit more, maybe getting a good opportunity off. They're trying to get the knights here, but the setup with Team Empire, and here comes the hook against Noodles, goes for the dimensional shift, and moves back. Odin form is ready. Where's the jump? There's the Son of Sonya. Oh my god, and once again the wombo combo, the Crater is up there as well. Marco Win goes down immediately, has no chance for the Ravenous Spirit. Fabio dropping as well, 2 heroes down already. Vala moving out as she's about to die, and this is just carnage. So, oh god, lol versus XD on the Baron, moving back in the last second, but that engagement, getting the Gaslow Tinker Wombo combo off once again, and the Sonya with a jump in. A bit surprised to really see him go for the Crater here in this particular scenario. Maybe just trying to make a good setup for the Tinker possible for the Gaslow combo, but at the same time, of course, could go for Resurgence of the Storm, which is the usual talent that we see at this point. Still no 20! Still no 20 for Team Empire. They lost 2 heroes in the last fight and they didn't kill a single one. They were trying to just set up a trap as Team El Nexo was attempting to grab those knights, but now it's a double knight push against the fort, and you can really see that they need all mans on deck now to take down those 2 merc camps. Even the shield on the fort trying to save that allows El Nexo to just get the mercenary camps to the left side. Enro in the last fight got his ulti off but had to move out. He was really attacked hard by the entire team and just got away in the last second. We didn't really see Marco Win execute a perfect Revenant Spirit for quite some time yet, and that's one of the reasons why we don't see Nazeebo being picked all that often anymore, because you know that you really have to wait for him to just get his ultimate in and then use that stun. If you don't do that, he can annihilate an entire team. But so far, when combinations are concerned, we see the much better positioning and also the much better execution for Team El Nexo. But once again, the 20s are reached, so we're going to take a quick look at the talents that we see there. We have Leap, the Ariad Credit has been used. I'm still a bit surprised that we don't see the Resurgence of the Storm, which just brings you back after you die, so you can help your teammates out again. But maybe the Crater really an attempt to set it up more perfectly for the Tinker, who of course went for the miniature black hole here on the last skill. We have Hungry Stitches on 20 for Luciphon. We oftentimes see Blink, which makes it even more mobile. There's also like the stun here on the Pulverize, and that's going to be an important move once that Nazeebo launches his ultimate. We actually see for Nazeebo here the Bolt of the Storm. Marco Win was dying a lot and he's being focused hard in a lot of these fights, so the Bolt of the Storm, the Blink ability, will allow him to just get out in the last second. We see the same thing on Vala. Not really a surprise here, most Vala players just rely on this, and it's very helpful, especially in that last battle. Tychus is getting the same, by the way. Tychus not going for the Odin form, instead going for the Bolt of the Storm here, also just trying to escape. It's just that DPS and all that burst damage that we have for both teams that makes it very difficult for the ranged DPS heroes to get that damage in here. And talking about the damage, let's take a closer look at the current leaderboard. Still Marco Win, even though the Revenant Spirit only came into play once or twice and was usually interrupted quite soon, is leading the board here with 34,000 damage against the 31,000 that we see for Sefkaja. In general though, we have especially for the blue team here a lot of DPS. I mean, you can see that Gaslow with this combination is already at 30,000. We have Vala with a 33,000 thanks to the Strafe, and even Stitches with nearly 30,000 that he can use here. A great position for him. Sonya with a build that she used, again reminding you that we have the Whirlwind talent picked up for the extra heal. 20,000 heal on the Sonya, and of course what helps with that too is the Ferocious Healing, another ability that gives her a bit more sustain in the fights. And we have her at 52,000 on the other hand. And the lack of healing in the lineup for Team Empire is really become very evident. They have Tacita for the support, and that's kind of ethereal with the shields, but not really a lot of healing power here. So the lineup that they have is orientated a lot towards damage and just having the individual talents to give them the escape, which is probably also one of the reasons why we see for Sefka not the Odin form, but instead the Bolt of the Storm. They really need to try and dodge those attacks because they don't have a big healer behind them that can really supply the heal, like an Uthel, like a Brightwing, the Malfurion of course being taken here already. So very interesting to see how those level 20s are currently coming into play. At the same time now, another ghost ship attacking the red team. We have for Team El Nexo also the Golem at the top being taken. They control this game now. But with the 20s that we have up for Team Empire, that's the time when you really want to try and start to do a comeback. Remember that this is still a game where it's very difficult to come back if your team gets wiped in this phase of the game. It's just so... the death timers are so long. Players have been talking a lot about it, that they think they are actually too long, that one lost team fight at the end might lose you the entire match even though you've been dominating for a long time. We have now Team Empire just looking for that fight, looking for that opportunity. Oh, and there it might be. Fabio is jumping in. He's immediately being attacked. Here comes Sonya with the crater once again. Oh, Marco Win is moving back. Where's the Ravenous Spirit? Not using it. There it is. Ravenous Spirit. They can't really get to it. All the stuns have already been used. And look at the damage. Gets so much damage in. We have Tyrell already being dropped. Marco Win finally being attacked. But the Stitches pays with his life for the attempt to break the ultimate. Marco Win once again being rooted and pushed back. One hero down. Stitches down for Team El Nexo. Marco Win and his team are moving in again to kill the Sonya. Another jump forward. Here comes Sefka going straight for Vala. Oh, the blink saving her ass in the last second. But we have another attempt by BKB to drop the Malfurion, not really getting this off, but still a great engagement here by Team Empire. Level 21 versus 21 now. They kill 2 heroes. They don't lose a single... Actually, they lost the Tyrell, my bad. Tyrell a bit too over-eager to jump in at the beginning. But did you see how well this time we saw the execution of Marco Win's ultimate? He blinks back with the Bolt of the Storm, waits until the stun's out, and then he uses the Ravenous Spirits across that small abyss here, across that small gap, and then Stitches is trying to move in, trying to gorge him and interrupt. He paid with the price, lost his life to that attempt, but now suddenly we have Team Empire finally with a bit of momentum in the game again, and that allows them to get those additional golems here. Get the siege golems, the mercenary camps, get a couple of the easy camps too. There's still a chest available at the top. But a very nice dynamic that we have now in the game. A very back and forth battle here. So the VersaSphere Invitational is off to a good start with a great best of 3. The second map here currently ongoing with a 1-0 lead for Team El Nexo, the blue team in this battle. 17 kills against 13, and the Knights down here at the bottom, both teams thinking about it. And the first team to arrive is Team Empire. They're trying to find out what's going on there, and how fast is that going to happen? Here comes Sonya. Where's the leap? There's the leap, grabbing Marco Win, going straight for him. Judgment by Joel. He drops the Gaslow. Tinker is down, and now the entire team is moving in once again. Arthur's being dropped. Sefka in the Odin form getting the DPS off, but he's about to be out of order form. There we go. We have him once again dishing out the DPS against Lucifron, trying to drop the Stitches. Then he gets him. They get the Knights as well. Fabio is trying to go jump in once again. The shield saving his ass. I can't believe it. I saw him already dead and dying. All of them moving back right now, but the coins are still there. Noodles the last. Oh yes. Thank God he cancels the Hearthstone and takes the coins. They have still the Knights pushings and the Golem. 4 heroes down on the game for Team El Nexo. A great engagement here. Sonya with a good stun against Marco Win, at least preventing the Ravenous Spirit, but in the end it just didn't matter anymore. There was just too much DPS, especially by the Tigers in the Odin form being present right from the get-go. The Storms by Tacita, and also Judgment being used. Nice move against Noodles. The dimensional shift saving him for now, and Sonya really trying to just hold this push-up for as long as possible. Over 60, the only one alive for the team, with another Ancient Spear going straight for his moves there, especially with a slam followed with a whirlwind, having the extra sustain. The team is about to be up again, and Vortex is looking for an opportunity to drop his stuns on the Gaslow. We have the Siege Golems pushing even stronger now, and as you can see, they are close to the core at this point. 18 kills against 17, both teams on level 22, and it's a 5 versus 5 once again, as the red team is starting to move to the top. They have to stop this push. The core is already very, very low, as you can see there. There was just so much pushing power the entire time. Not really a big attempt to YOLO it from Team El Nexo, but that's one of the chances that they have. If they just go for the core right now, if they find an opportunity to sneak somehow into the main base of Team Empire, they could just drop that core and right-click it. That's one of the reasons why we need those camps now for Team Empire, to just push back the mercenary camp that has been launched at the top. But let's see what exactly Nexo is going to decide. They had a great opportunity, or they had a great position in the entire game. Their core is still absolutely healthy and full life, but this one is struggling a lot, and one attempt and this thing is down, and then it's a 2-0 for Nexo, and Team Empire is absolutely aware of this. In the middle of the map we still have coins being turned in. That's of course another problem that you have with your Team Empire right now. Of course you want to defend. You know that there's just always the possibility of the opponent's team trying to right click down your core, but you can't really just stand back the entire time, as the ghost ship is going to do the same job for Team El Nexo, and they yeah, they could just turn in those coins. Get the camps on the middle of the map, grab all of those, and then pull it off with an attempt like this. So we suddenly have Team Empire just converging towards the middle, trying to find out where exactly the opponent is positioned and force a team fight. If they win it, they can take it. They don't even care about the coins at this point any longer. They know that they have to fight it here. The golem is being attacked, and this is actually the opportunity that Team Nexo needed. If they move in right now, they could drop the core, but it looks like this is what Team Empire has in mind. They are going straight for it. They're circumventing everything. This is the time when the team has used the Hearthstone. They are moving back already, but here is the attack, a launch against the core. Team Nexo comes in with a stun, grabbing Fabio once again. The Tinga Wombo Gombo is going in. Gazlo dishing out the damage. Marco Win already going down. They're trying to drop the core, and the core is history. Team Empire wins the game with a YOLO move, going straight for it and turning things around here after they've been behind the entire duration. They lose only one hero in the attempt. A last look at the talents here to especially have a closer look what has been picked here. We actually talked about those picks already, so let's focus a bit more on the stats. We have 60,000 damage done by Enro on the Vala, and we have 52,000 by Marco Win with the Nazebo ultimate, especially in mind, of course. Stitches with a 46,000 and Ganslow as well. Like, in terms of DPS, this team has just done an absolutely amazing job, but in the end, that one move towards the core was just too much. The burst damage that we saw there was something that Team Nexo could not really stop. They didn't really see it coming. They were a bit too late to stop it, and then one quick right-click motion, and suddenly it's a 1-1 in the best of 3. Team Empire wins map number 2, and that means for us that we are going to see map number 3. Once again, we are going to see a lot of videos in the future about the invitation that we see there. If you want to catch all of them, subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and of course make sure that you also give it an upvote if you enjoyed the match here. And if you really have some feedback, then just drop in the comments. Comments about the match, comments about the commentary. Also visit VersaSphere.net if you want to see the brackets. You can always have a look at that. And I guess for us, it's time now to go straight into game number 3 and see who is going to take the first best of 3 in the Invitational.